Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Upper right corner, we got Exit starting as the red Terran, bottom left-hand corner. We've got Stryker starting as the blue Zerg. This is going to be on Polestar. And game one went in Stryker's favor. Exit made a pretty solid game of it, honestly. There was, I feel like it was on a razor-thin edge for a minute there. And Stryker definitely had to pay attention to stay. It's not like it was just a walkover. At the same time, I'm not going to say that Stryker was in a panic at any point. But it was one of those things where a few things different, it might have been Exit's win. It was a very interesting game. This is now going to be a cross position between the two. I would not be shocked if Exit takes one of these matches, by the way. I don't know what I actually did not see this series, but, and I don't know, I do a clever thing where I create spoiler-free whatever folders for me ahead of time. So I'm not sure what the victory is, and I don't remember whether this had 3 or 4, and by the time I get around to it, I don't remember the individual counts for the games. So I'm unspoiled as far as the counter, but I would not be shocked if Exit took a game off Stryker. I would be a little bit shocked if he beat him if he sent Stryker into the lower bracket, but I would not be shocked if Exit just took a game. Anyway. Front door seal currently for Exit. Stryker sending an Overlord upper left hand corner. This is at cross map position, which I'm going to say favors Stryker overall because Stryker can play very, very comfortably interior to his base. Looks like he's going to go for an 11 hatch from the bottom left hand corner. I do feel like Polestar is one of those maps that's a little bit more challenging for Zerg because you don't just have the mega ramp. Well, you do have mega ramp here. But you don't just have a ramp where you can completely blockade one entrance with a few lurkers. With 2 lurkers covers the entire thing. You need more lurkers to be able to cover your 3rd and potentially 4th gas on this map. Unless you're going for an additional spawn. By the way, wow, 201 gas here from Stryker. That is a very rapid gas, by the way. He's definitely pressing the Mutalisks as quickly as possible here. Anyway, but so oftentimes what you'll see Zerg do is rather than opting to even go for the 6 o'clock or even this 3rd, many instances they'll just grab a natural at another location. Anyway, Exit starting to make his way out on the map. He, by the way, has tacked on gas and a barracks on front. We'll see if he's going to make his way into, I presume, Academy 2 racks? No, is he going to proxy? He's proxying a factory here, the 6 o'clock location. Interesting play. We'll see if this pays out. So oftentimes in the early game, and he's scouted top left, found nothing. He's got to be able to make his way bottom left to find his target. This could very, very much catch Stryker off guard because he's going to look at this front, and this looks like a normal front. He's not going to have a lot of details, and I don't know that he's going to be able to press this drone through to confirm anything. So this is a very well-planned sneaky base. Sub 3 minute layer, by the way. Sub 3 minute tech to layer. I think that was at 259, 258. So if this Vulture, presumably Vulture, is going to go out here and get damage, it needs to happen in a hurry. And Exit, as far as a turnaround after striking, if he does get initial damage, right now Stryker is completely unaware of this, by the way. He just presumes this is standard Medic Marine sort of action, SCV taking a few shots behind the lines here. Zergling making its way out is not scouting anything. First Vulture on the way. This Vulture could get a lot of damage done. Holy cow. Yeah, the Zerglings do not do well. Also, it's going to be hybrid because we've got a bunch of Marines out on the front. So this could turn into Disaster Town here for Stryker very easily. First Vulture out. It needs, honestly, it should go now. Zerglings are blockading the ramp right this second. While you know the front is open, just go. Go, Exit, go. Quickly. Looks like he's waiting for a second Vulture because he wants to be able to one-shot these drones. Very patient with it. Much more patient than I would be. Spire is now on the way, by the way. SCV getting chased in that 12 o'clock location. Barracks still humming and still no information. Overlord not in a position, nothing else here for Stryker. So he is still none the wiser. And the Marines able to push all of that back. Grabbing his second gas now. Spire 1/3 finish. The Vultures, 3 Vultures now making their way out. And we still, this is without speed, by the way, but I'm not sure that it'll make that much of a difference. They're going to slaughter this natural expansion. Holy cow. Yeah, drones complete in flight. The drones might have to turn around and blockade here. Yeah, they're going to have to turn and fight on the corner. And it looks like we have the Zerglings trying to make their way back. But they're coming in piecemeal. The Zerglings melting, the drones melting. Sub 15. Oop. Trying to micro against the Zerglings, having a little bit of trouble doing so. But now they're going to be able to make it into the main as well. And the Spire's still not finished. This is still more... Yeah, now Stryker's not even mining. I feel really smart right now, because I think this is... I'm not 100% positive, but right this second, this is very much looking like an exit win. Holy cow. And, yeah, drone's getting picked off. Also, I take it back. The 1 health regeneration, I forgot, keeps the drones alive off the 20 damage fragmentation, because the heal happens instantly, so it takes 3 shots. But now Stryker, does he clean up the vultures? Looks like the vultures is going to get cleaned up by that Mutalisk. Stryker is now down to 6 drones, sorry, 7 drones total. He's got 4 Mutalisks, but turrets are being built here by Exit back at main base. He still hasn't found the factory. The factory's still going to be able to build stuff. Stuff's flying every which way. Exit's putting himself in a fantastic situation to close this out. Academy being tacked on as well. Honestly, do we have... Stryker... Here's the other problem for Stryker. He still doesn't have a blockade on the front. He still hasn't... The Mutalists still haven't found the Vultures. The Mutalists trying to get some damage done. They're going to get pushed back. Stryker in a fantastic position. Or sorry, Exit in a fantastic position. Stryker trying to re-macro rapidly rather than build Mutalisks. And we got 2 more Vultures making their way out. That's going to force the Mutalisk back. So we got a single Mutalisk that was just scouting right there. Realize there's proxy. There's the starport. And oof, more damage. Natural expansion once again completely demolished. 16 workers versus 31. It would take a miracle for Stryker to get back into this, but he's gonna fight it out right this second. A drone getting spotted bottom right hand corner trying to sneak something. Do we have another vulture here at the 6 o'clock? Stryker finally found the factory here at the 6 o'clock location. Let's see if that vulture... I think the vulture best location is go bottom right here. +1 weapons being upgraded. Exit just needs to stay on top of his macro in the midst of this and make sure he's got the science facility on the way already. Doesn't even need the factory here. Vulture almost got a kill as it was making its way into the main. Another vulture popped out, so the and how many Mutalisks do we got? 6 Mutalisks? Stryker's gonna have to micro his brains out. That being said, in the midst of all this, there's not a lot of... So there's a lot of turrets, but there's not a lot of Marines on the ground. Vulture again getting into the natural expansion, getting 2 more additional drone kills, keeping Stryker back. Stryker finally able to engage the factory, which should be it on that front, but we almost have a science vessel out. We've got a radiate not that far from finishing. There is a world where Stryker with 9 Mutalisks, or a full control group of Mutalisks, and +1 weapons, which is on the way, just overpowers Exit. But right now, because the supply is a little bit deceptive for Exit here, where he's got 41 SCVs across 2 bases. He's got 41 SCVs, supply blocked himself a second here, which means he's got like 12, 11 Marines, is finally getting the rest of his infrastructure up. But still, he's got such a massive lead, and a single irradiate, which will take a while to build the energy for it, but a single irradiate could absolutely obliterate Stryker here, depending on the pull. But right now he's well pushed up. It looks like that drone not going to drop a hatchery bottom right after all. Stryker sitting on 18 drones. I think he recognizes he's basically 2 base all in right this second. Science Vessel doesn't have energy. He needs to be... Oh, accidentally... Stryker getting a little bit nervous here, accidentally targeting his own science vessel. There is the irradiate. Great split from Stryker though. Trying to jump on top of the Marines with the irradiate, successful in doing so. Able to get some damage done, but he's down to his last 4 Mutalisks. A 5th Mutalisk joining the fray. Do we have another science vessel? No additional science vessels queued up as of yet. 1 more science vessel, honestly, and a few more Marine. Oh, the Marine's gonna get picked off because of the bad rally? Yeah. The rest of this is covered. But Stryker, this just, honestly, this goes to show you the quality of Stryker's play. I thought this was over already. Another Marine on a bad rally. Exit needs to fix that rally point. Mutalisk getting chewed up by the massive amount of turrets there. Another one picked off. We're down to 6, and 2 of them are very, very damaged. Another science vessel on the way. The science vessel that did the science vessel get picked off? Trying to find it out here. Not sure where it went. Out here in the field, there it is. It's sitting on top of the command center. Another 25 energy. It'll have another irradiate. So Stryker not only has to take out all of the Marines that are sitting out in the field, and this is going to get harder and harder, particularly as +1 weapons comes online. That turret going to fall in the midst of this. More Mutalisks getting picked off, but he's got to, again, get some, he's got to power his way through this. Shows you what skilled Zerg can do, though. Another Mule's going down. 14 health left on that one. A few Zerglings sneaking in. SCV's pulling off the line. Exit actually a little bit over macroed right this second. He's sitting at 48 SCVs. So he actually has SCVs to spare on top of everything else. Now the Marines need to be careful moving out in the field. They keep moving out in singular numbers. We got another Radiate queued up. There that drops. Great split again, but a lot of the Mutalisks in the split taking massive amounts of damage. There's the GG from Stryker. I feel pretty proud of the game, of the start of the game call on that. Every once in a while, there's a bit of a psychic element to the game. But anyway, Stryker's still making a big fight of it. Holy cow. But ultimately dropping to exit in game 2. So we'll move on to game 3. Now in game 3, I don't know that exit's going to be able to pull off these same sort of shenanigans. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.